So I arrived at Arches National Park a little bit before 5 o'clock, and they said, well, before 6 o'clock you need reservations, or come back after 6 o'clock and no reservations are required. Not a problem. I know what I got to do. I found the Silver Sage Inn where I stayed in 2007, checked in, and then had one libation, just one, and went back, and now it's 6 o'clock, and I got to go in. The story of Arches National Park begins roughly 65 million years ago. At that time, the area was a dry seabed, spreading from horizon to horizon. If you stood in the Devil's Garden then, the striking red rock features we see today would have been buried thousands of feet below you, raw material as yet uncarved. Then the landscape slowly began to change. First, geological forces wrinkled and folded buried sandstone, as if it were a giant rug and someone gathered two edges toward each other, making lumps across the middle. As the sandstone warped, fractures tore through it, establishing the patterns of rock sculptures we see today. Next, the entire region began to rise, climbing from sea level to thousands of feet in elevation. Today, Arches is in a high desert with elevations ranging from 4,000 to 5,000 feet above sea level. What goes up must come down, and the forces of erosion carved layer after layer of rock away. Once exposed, deep buried sandstone layers rebounded and expanded like a sponge after it's squeezed, though not quite so quickly. This created more fractures, each one a pathway for water to seep into the rocks and further break it down. Today, water shapes this environment more than any other force. Rain erodes the rock and carries the sediment down marshes and canyons to the Colorado River. In winter, snowmelt pools in fractures in other cavities, then freezes and expands, breaking off chunks of the sandstone. Small recesses develop and grow bigger with each storm. Little by little, this process turns fractured rock layers into fins and fins into arches. Arches also emerge when potholes near the cliff edges grow deeper and deeper until they wear through the cliff wall below them. Over time, the same forces that created these arches will continue to widen them until they collapse. Standing next to a monolith like a delicate arch, it is easy to forget that arches are impermanent. Yet, the fall of Wall Arch in 2008 reminded us that this landscape continues to change. While some may fall, most of these arches will stand well beyond our lifetime, a lifetime blessed with an improbable landscape, 65 million years in the making. Why, yes, sirree, Bob. As a matter of fact, in my younger days, I would have done it. I just don't see any need in doing it today. I'll leave that for the young people, or for the old people that's in better shape than I am.